answer to much of the misunderstanding of total jaw movement during chewing can be found in closer examination of the movement of the condyles. Jaw movement during chewing is not a symmetrical up and down midline event. Of course, some closures occur in the midline, but typically adults with good occlusion open down the midline, and closure commences with a lateral swing to the food side. Lateral closures, therefore, affect the timing of the return of the condyles to their intercuspal positions. The working side almost immediately makes a more rapid return to its posterior and lateral position, where it holds until the teeth pass through their final stages of reaching their intercuspal positions. One could predict that the early return of the working side condyle to a lateral and posterior position would have an effect on molar closures into their intercuspal position, which it does. The working side molar typically shows a forward and medial movement during its final closure into the intercuspal position. This subject's slow motion chewing series demonstrates typical wide lateral working side opening strokes and then a posterior turnaround, bringing the closing molars upward and forward to their starting position. Here, the subject, whose casts were just shown, uses the occlusal index that gives the computer a 0 starting and ending point for each chewing series. A variety of food consistencies were tested. Here the subject is chewing raisins. The only instructions given the subject during the test was to chew the food on one side, then alternate and chew the food on the opposite side.